What's good, guys? It's Berto, and I'm here to talk about how to gain weight as a vegan. A lot of people are interested in losing weight, but then there's a lot of people that are interested in gaining weight. This is especially the case for people that are into fitness already and they go vegan or adopt a plant-based diet. I considered myself a hard gainer for like the longest time. I was always between like 145 and 150 pounds. But then my brother, he like showed me how to eat to gain. And then like over the years, I just experimented a little bit more, gained weight, lost weight, and just got a lot more knowledge. And more recently, I got my fitness nutrition certification. So that gave me a little bit more information to share with you guys. You'll often hear that people just lost X amount of pounds or this much muscle when they adopted a plant-based diet. And it could be the case that your body's just getting rid of all of the crap that you've been eating. But I find that a lot of people just drastically cut the amount of calories that they've been eating. This may be because they haven't done enough research and they feel very limited as to the things that they can eat. And I was guilty of that too. My first experimentation with veganism ended very bad because I didn't think I can really eat that much. I was eating like a little baby carrot here and then a green apple there, and that got me sick. I didn't do enough research, so that brings me to the first tip. Consume more calories than you expend. Our bodies are constantly expending energy for uses such as maintaining physiological functions such as blood circulation and breathing, processing the food that we eat, and to power physical activity. There are other factors that play into the amount of energy that we expend, such as temperature or stress, but these are like the primary ones. The sum of the expended energy is called the total daily energy expenditure, also known as TDEE, not to be confused with TDE, with Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q. There are more detailed ways in finding out how much energy or calories you expend daily, but a good way to estimate is to use the TDEE calculator by searching online. Just do a quick Google search and you can find it. The idea is that once you find out how many calories you expend daily, you're gonna want to consume more calories than that. So for example, if you expend 2,000 calories daily, then maybe you want to consume 2,300 calories. Okay, so a lot of people struggle with gaining weight because they can't bring themselves to even eating that much. So that brings me to the next tip. Make your environment cold. We tend to eat a lot more, especially hot foods, when we're cold because we want to make our bodies warm by increasing fat stores and insulation. This is why a lot of people bulk during the fall, winter, and then cut during the spring, summer. And I also do that, really just going by how my body feels. But even if it is summertime, you can blast the AC and just scarf down some food. Which brings me to the next tip. Eat like you train. I recommend putting on music, like the things that get you fired up at the gym, because you want to be in a mind state that you're gonna crush it. And much like getting that last rep, you have to get another spoonful of food. I used to have this rule where I wasn't allowed to put down a spoon until all of the food was gone. It motivated me to clear the plate, which brings me to the next tip. Bigger plates for bigger portions. We tend to fill up our plates no matter what the size. So if it's a smaller plate, you're gonna put the amount of food that'll fit on that plate, and if it's a bigger plate, you're gonna put the amount of food that fits on that plate. So grab the bigger plate, and if you have in mind that you're not gonna put the spoon down until the food is completely gone, then you're on the right track. To go along with this process of eating, here's the next tip. Eat faster. Generally, we want to eat slower. We're always told eat slower, take your time, but for the sake of gaining weight, we want to eat faster. Eating faster may delay the hormone leptin from alerting your brain that you're full. So with that in mind, you'll just keep on eating, keep on eating, keep on eating, and then by the time that leptin hits, you have a lot of calories. And just a note, fiber and protein make us feel pretty full, and I'm not saying to cut these out of your diet, don't. But just be aware that you might not be able to eat a lot of a particular food because of its protein or fiber content. The next tip is drink after you eat. Obviously, you don't want to fill up on liquids that will make it difficult for you to eat more. If you're gonna drink during your meal, I would say drink a little bit of water just to make sure things are moving along, but other than that, wait until after. Which brings me to the next tip. Have dessert lined up for after your meal. How many times have you gone to a restaurant, got full on savory food, and then asked the server for the dessert menu? I've definitely done it a lot. Our appetite for something sweet can lead us to eat more, regardless of how we feel. The next tip is consume more calorie-dense smoothies. Much like eating faster, drinking smoothies may delay the hormone leptin from alerting your brain that you're full. That way you can toss back a smoothie full of calorie-dense foods such as bananas, dates, nut butters, protein, and plant-based milk. Sometimes I'll have a meal and then I'll have a smoothie after because that will be my dessert. And my appetite for something sweet will allow me to eat more, or drink more rather. But usually I'll have my smoothies earlier in the day. The next tip is prep and eat more often. You want to have a pretty clear idea of the foods that you're going to eat throughout the day, because if not, then you're easily going to get thrown off course. So maybe like setting up certain times, like intervals, like eating every 3 hours, every 4 hours, that's up to you. But you have to make sure that you make eating a priority, just like your training. Which brings me to the next tip. Lift heavy weights. We want to put all of those extra calories to use rather than them being stored as fat. Lifting heavier weights is going to allow you to increase your strength, thereby putting on more muscle. And during this time, you want to limit exercises that burn a lot of calories. And I love cardio, but when I'm trying to gain, I have to kind of take a step back. But I don't do too much stepping back because I hate how I feel when I'm not doing cardio. To go along with lifting heavy, consider the next tip. Take a creatine supplement. I typically use creatine monohydrate to support my gains. It may help improve your weightlifting performance, which may increase muscle. In doing so, you also want to consume more water. Last tip, sleep more. Your body needs rest in order for certain biological functions to occur. This is beneficial for people trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever. It's so important, so just make it a priority. I'm telling you, and I'm also telling me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope these tips helped you. Down below, I'm gonna leave a link to like an older blog post that I wrote. In that blog post, you will see like certain foods that I was eating during that time to gain weight. And I think during that time, I gained 10 pounds in 9 days or something like that. I have more knowledge than I did when I wrote that post, but it still applies. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. My question for you is, are you a hard gainer? Have you felt like you were a hard gainer and then like made some gains? I want to hear more from you, so leave me some comments down below. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, peace.